Since the release of High School Musical in 2006, rumors and myths have swirled around the iconic Disney Channel movie that launched a generation of fans and catapulted its stars into superstardom. One persistent rumor that has circulated for years is that Zac Efron, who played the lead role of Troy Bolton, did not actually sing in the original High School Musical film, that his singing voice was dubbed by someone else. However, Kenny Ortega, the legendary director and choreographer behind the High School Musical franchise, recently addressed this falsehood head-on and clarified the truth for fans. The origin of the rumor that Zac Efron didn't sing in the first High School Musical movie likely stems from common Hollywood practices of dubbing singing voices or using background vocalists to polish performances. Additionally, Zac's voice did noticeably mature and deepen in the later movies and soundtrack albums, which may have made the vocal differences between movies more noticeable to fans. Another factor contributing to the rumor was that early in his career, Zac Efron was relatively new to professional singing, and Disney executives may have initially been cautious about his vocal abilities. This, combined with the tightly produced soundtrack and heavy studio layering, fueled speculation that his voice might have been supplemented or replaced by a professional vocalist. Kenny Ortega's clarification. Kenny Ortega, who directed High School Musical and its sequels, recently addressed these rumors in a candid interview. Known for his hands-on approach and dedication to authenticity, Ortega confirmed that Zac Efron absolutely sang his own parts in the original movie. Zac sang every note you hear in the first High School Musical. That's his voice, no doubt about it. He worked incredibly hard to prepare for the role, and his vocals were recorded live in the studio with great care, Ortega explained. Ortega also emphasized that while some minor vocal layering and studio techniques were used common in any professional music production, this is not the same as dubbing or replacing an actor's voice entirely. Zac's singing was genuine and a critical part of the character's appeal. Zac Efron's singing journey. It's worth noting that Zac Efron himself has spoken openly about his early experiences with singing for High School Musical. He has admitted to feeling nervous about the musical aspects when he was cast and spent considerable time training his voice for the role. In subsequent projects and performances, Zac's vocal confidence and technique improved significantly, which is why his singing in the second and third movies sounded more polished and mature. In interviews, years later, Zac reflected on the process. When I first started, I was still figuring it out, but I was determined to do all my own singing because it felt important for the character to be authentic. It was a big challenge, but a really rewarding one. Why the myth persisted despite the truth. The rumor persists in part because of the intense fan speculation and internet culture around celebrity performances. It's also a testament to how polished and professional the High School Musical soundtracks are. Fans sometimes assume that such quality must come from professional singers rather than actors. Additionally, some other Disney stars around that time did have their singing parts dubbed or heavily augmented, which may have contributed to the skepticism around Zac's singing. The impact of debunking the rumor. Kenny Ortega's firm stance puts to rest one of the most enduring rumors in the High School Musical fandom. For many fans, it's a moment of validation and celebration of Zac Efron's talents, both as an actor and a singer. It also highlights the dedication behind the scenes, where directors, producers, and performers all collaborate to create a beloved cultural phenomenon. Ortega's confirmation reminds audiences that High School Musical was a launching pad, not just for Zac's acting career but also his singing journey. A journey that fans have followed ever since. Final thoughts. The myth that Zac Efron did not sing in the first High School Musical movie is just that, a myth. Thanks to Kenny Ortega's transparency and Zac's own dedication, we now have a clear understanding that Zac was, in fact, the voice behind Troy Bolton's unforgettable songs. High School Musical remains a nostalgic favorite for many, and part of its magic lies in the authentic performances that brought the characters to life. Zac Efron's singing included.